Campbell's company wouldn't be getting exposed just now if people actually just paid attention to what they bought and put in their bodies. Hey guys, this is Julez and welcome to my second channel. Now, I've been noticing on Twitter and in the mainstream media over the last few days, there's been a lot of controversy going on with Campbell's, formerly known as Campbell's Soup, because it wasn't just a year or two ago, I guess, that they actually removed soup from their company logo and name for some reason. This is what was said by somebody very high up in the company. This is what started the controversy.
Garza was hired as a cybersecurity analyst for Campbell's back in September of 2024. He had a meeting with an executive named Bally. Now, during that meeting, he is now alleging that Bally made several disparaging comments about Indian workers and also said that Campbell's is, quote, highly processed food for poor people.
I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's unhealthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it and you can eat bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer, do you?
Now, if you paid attention when you grabbed a can off the shelf, you would have already known this. Me and my family have been watching out for bioengineered products in our food for quite a few years now, at least 3. Maybe even 4. We've been really paying attention really since the pandemic about what's been going into the food. Campbell's, any brands that are owned by the Campbell's company, we haven't bought them in a very long time. And yes, it's become a little bit more expensive because let's be so for real. The foods that are the most unhealthy for you are the ones that are the cheapest. That's why a salad at McDonald's is like almost $10 these days, but you can still get a double cheeseburger or an entire meal that's like 1,500,000 million calories for like $5 or $6. Well, actually, scratch that. I went to get prices off of the website to insert in here, like you see me inserting other things of relevance, and there is no salad at McDonald's. Now, again, I'm not logged in and there's no location, okay, but this is their menu. I didn't even look all the way down the whole thing, but just looking like right here on the side, okay, like we see snack wraps, but we don't see salads. They used to have salads. When I worked at a diesel shop and managed a diesel shop outside of Dallas, it was so far away from where I lived. There was no going home. There was no forgetting anything. I had to eat there. There is very few choices. Or bring something from home, which with the 2 kids and the schedule, it just really never really worked out that way. Actually, I can take that back. It did towards the end, and I started losing a bunch of weight, so that says a lot. But I would go and get a salad like every freaking other day from the McDonald's. Because it was either that or freaking Dairy Queen, and I wasn't sitting there eating steak fingers every day. Holy crap, could you imagine how big my butt would have actually gotten before I started losing weight? Holy shit. But I would get a salad with extra dressing, mind you, because their shit be watery. Every day. Almost. There's no salads on their menus anymore. That's insane. So when it came to having to revamp the way that we bought food, it was organic. It was unprocessed. We checked for sodium and we checked for bioengineered ingredients. Now, when it comes to where this is labeled on the packaging, and yes, these companies have to tell you when there is a bioengineered ingredient in their products. It can't just be in there and it not be on the label. They have to tell you. So if you want to look at the can, itself, on the back where it says ingredients, you see how it says contains bioengineered food ingredients? It's always going to say that. If it has it in there, it has to be back there. And that's for every brand, every type of item, frozen, non-frozen, doesn't matter. It's going to be there. Now, I can tell you with confidence that there is maybe 1 or 2 names on here that we've had over the past few years. Pretty sure it was the Kettle brand chips. Kroger has a sale with them a lot of times where they're like $1.99 if you buy 4. And I remember getting a couple of different flavors, but not every flavor because some of the flavors had it. I might be remembering that incorrectly, but I feel like it was over the past few months this brand has been in the house, and that would have only been if there was no bio poop, as we like to call it, actually in it. Now, Pacific Foods, I really liked their organic soups and their broths, but their sodium content is really high. And as somebody with high blood pressure, I really have to watch that. That's also something that I did notice that you really have to watch for, because these non-bio poop foods are going to be a little bit more expensive, but I also noticed that the healthier or more organic they are, the more sodium and sometimes even sugar, depending on what it is actually in the product. So a lot of times, honestly, this shit feels like a damn catch 22. I find myself a lot of times, or at least I did in the beginning before it just became routine what we were actually going to buy, the products we were okay with, getting really, really frustrated just in the store itself. But again, you really do have to be in the store in order to look at the products because the packaging just recently became a thing where it actually started showing up on there again, just over the past few years. And I don't know how often grocery stores update their websites for you to be able to do like, grocery pickup or grocery delivery. And just like I showed you how Walmart has it where you can look at the back of it, I don't know how up to date those are. So going in person, grabbing it off the shelf is always a better thing. On top of that, it will make you feel more comfortable going in and getting hands on with these foods. At least for me, when I was trying to figure out exactly what to do here to make these changes, again, as frustrating as it was, I was glad to actually be able to go into the store, grab different brands, put them in front of my face, do a real-time comparison, figure out if it's worth the extra money. And honestly, it has been. We don't feel as tired or as gunky or as groggy when we eat healthier foods, and the less bio poop, the better. And again, I know that these are just like trigger words and buzzwords that constantly get used for things when they don't need to be used for things, but this should not be a surprise. This should not be something that is exposing Campbell's. Again, if people would actually take a second and when they grab something off the shelf, read it. Don't just say, oh, hey, I need cream of mushroom. Oh, there it is. Poof. And now it's in the basket. And now I'm just going to go buy it. And then here comes the recipe. And I'm never going to look at the back of the ingredients ever. I understand that that seems to be how they want it to be. They want us to be able to trust them, but we know that we can't. You have to do your own due diligence. You have to use your brain in order to survive out here. Okay. It really is survival of the fittest. Why do you think we still have do not drink on bleach bottles? But I want to know what you guys think about this whole Campbell's fiasco. And again, just check your labels. Check your labels no matter what store you're in, whether it be Whole Foods or Walmart or Kroger or H-E-B or Market Basket or the Piggly Wiggly. It doesn't matter. Check your labels. But I also want to know how many of you guys are already out there doing this? How many of you check labels? How many of you say no bio poop and you get rid of all of the extra boo-boo as much as possible? How many of my like-minded people are actually out there? I'm really curious to know. Like, share. See y'all.